This was only a few months ago, but I still can't believe it actually happened. And even now when I think about it, my stomach knots up like I'm right back in that dark room again, staring at the glow of my monitor and realizing too late that I'd wandered into something I was never meant to see. It all started one boring night when I was home alone, half asleep and scrolling through random gaming forums, just trying to find some old Flash games to kill time, because my old desktop couldn't handle anything fancy and I was too broke for subscriptions. So I just hopped around old archive sites and indie pages, the kind that look sketchy but still feel harmless, like digital junkyards full of forgotten code. That night, my internet was slow and I was yawning, ready to give up, when I saw a plain black banner on one of the pages that said in white letters, "Games for the Curious." No ads, no downloads. It didn't even look like a proper link, just text that flickered when I hovered over it, but for some reason it caught my attention. I clicked, half expecting a 404 error, but it loaded instantly into a completely black screen with just a single line in the middle. Welcome to the observation room. No flashy graphics, no pop-ups, no music, just that. I thought maybe it was one of those browser-based ARGs, creepy puzzle games that pretend to be haunted, so I stayed. Then a new line of text appeared. Do you want to play or do you want to watch? I smirked, thinking it was one of those edgy internet gimmicks, and typed watch just to see what it would do. For a moment, nothing happened. Then the screen flickered to static and a grainy webcam feed appeared. It looked like a dim basement with a table in the center, a bare bulb swinging overhead, and someone sitting in a chair facing the camera, head slumped forward like they were asleep. I leaned in, squinting, trying to figure out if it was fake or some kind of video art project. There was a faint humming sound, maybe from the camera itself, and every few seconds the picture would distort and twist like an old VHS tape. Then a line of text appeared at the bottom. Say hello to the player. I thought it was interactive, so I typed hello, laughing a bit at how cheesy it was. The figure in the chair slowly lifted their head, and for a split second, I saw a pale face, eyes wide open, unfocused, lips trembling like they wanted to speak. The image froze, then glitched back to the black screen. My heart started beating faster, not because I thought it was real, but because of how convincing it looked. Then another message popped up. Would you like to choose the next move? I hesitated. This time, two options appeared. Yes and no. I clicked no, thinking maybe it would just end, but the text changed. You already chose to watch, you can't stop now. My cursor froze. I actually tried to close the tab, but the window wouldn't respond. Then my speakers crackled, and I heard a distorted voice whispering something I couldn't make out. It sounded like someone right behind me, breathing unevenly. I yanked off my headphones and spun around, nothing but my empty room, the blue glow of the monitor lighting up my desk. When I turned back, the feed was on again, this time showing a close-up of the same room but from a different angle. The person in the chair was now standing, but facing the wall, like a puppet waiting for instructions. Text appeared again. Your next move decides what happens next. I froze. My hands hovered over the keyboard, and I swear for a moment I could hear faint crying through the speakers. Against my better judgment, I typed, "Stop the game." The reply came instantly. There is no game. Then the camera zoomed out, revealing two more people in the background, both wearing blank white masks and standing perfectly still. My stomach dropped. I clicked out of the window, but another browser tab opened automatically, showing a close-up of my webcam feed. I could see myself staring at the screen, eyes wide, breathing hard. I nearly threw my chair back. I didn't even realize my webcam was on. My reflection flickered for a second, then distorted, and in the corner of the feed, a chat box opened with a message, "We see you now." I slammed the laptop shut, heart hammering, but I could still hear that faint buzzing noise from my speakers, like the voice was trapped inside the computer. I unplugged everything, the router, the monitor, even the power strip, and sat there in the dark, listening to my pulse thunder in my ears. For a few minutes, I just sat frozen, waiting for something to happen. When nothing did, I told myself it was just some elaborate prank or malware-laced site and tried to shake it off. But when I finally reopened my laptop in the morning, the wallpaper had changed. It wasn't my usual city skyline. It was a still image of that same basement. And in the background, blurry but visible, was the outline of a person standing in the corner facing the camera. I immediately did a factory reset and changed every password I had, even created a new email, but that image stayed burned in my mind like a scar. A few days later, strange things started happening. My phone would light up at random times even when no one had messaged me. And when I'd check, there would be nothing but a black image saved to my gallery. My browser history started showing links I didn't click, pages with names like mirror.chat and experiment.live. I tried not to think about it, but then one night, around 2 a.m., I got an email from an address I didn't recognize. No subject, no text, just a single attachment. A screenshot of me sitting in front of my laptop from that night. Eyes wide, the reflection of the screen visible in my pupils. The timestamp was from 2 nights ago, not the night it happened. I deleted it instantly and powered everything off, convinced it was some kind of stalker hack. I even considered calling the police, but what would I say? That I clicked a weird website and now I think someone's watching me through the internet? I started staying offline completely, using my phone only for calls. But that didn't stop the nightmares. I kept seeing that room, the swinging light bulb and the masked figure standing in the shadows. Sometimes I'd wake up convinced I heard that same faint whisper from my speakers, even though they weren't plugged in. A week later, I moved my laptop to a drawer and swore not to touch it again. But last night, something happened that made me realize it's not just in my head. Around midnight, my bedroom light flickered and my phone buzzed with a notification, a video message from an unknown number. My hand shook as I opened it, and there it was, live footage of my room from a low angle, like a camera was hidden somewhere near my desk. I froze, eyes darting around the dark corners, and the message texted across the video said, "Round 2?" Before I could react, the feed went black. I tore my room apart looking for a camera, under the bed, behind the vents, even inside the smoke detector. Nothing. I barely slept, and when I did, I dreamed of the person in the chair, their head slowly turning toward me with those pale eyes and cracked lips mouthing something I couldn't hear. This morning, I turned my laptop again against every instinct, and there was a single file on the desktop called finalchoice.mp4. My hands trembled as I clicked it open. It was a grainy video of that same basement, only now the chair was empty. The camera slowly turned toward a dark corner where a computer screen glowed faintly, showing a live feed of me watching the video. Then text appeared across the frame. "Do you want to play, or do you want to watch?" I didn't even finish it. I slammed the lid down, yanked the battery out, and tossed it into the trash. I don't know if it's still recording or if someone out there still has access, but I can't shake the feeling that this wasn't just a random site, that somehow, by clicking that one stupid link, I agreed to something I can't back out of. Every time I walk past a dark room and see the faint reflection of a screen, I feel like someone's waiting for me to look, like the observation room is still open somewhere, watching, waiting for me to come back and finish the game I never agreed to play.